Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic Podcast. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is. Big Dre, Big Reg, your fellow North Carolinians, for those that's from the great state of North Carolina. But y'all know what it is. Welcome back. What's up with you, Dre?
Man, cooling, brother. Cooling. What is it, Friday right now? So, great ending of the week, man. Jumping on with you, dog. It's kind of messy outside right now. It's been snowing all day. So, got out there, had to get out there, man. Shovel some snow, man. Took me back to my young years as a young lad. But other than that, bro, just cooling, man.
Yeah, well, we ain't got the messy weather, but like I was just telling you, it was cold as fuck, dog. Tried to go running. I didn't even layer up or nothing. I just had on, hoodie, sweatpants. Nigga, I had a wife beater on under the hoodie. I got to the top of the road, turned around, walked back to the house, and I was like, I already committed. So I went and grabbed one of them long sleeve Army PT shirts on, to put on under the hoodie. I was good after that, but it ain't been cold like that in a while. I think it was like 20. So that shit taught me a lesson. Learned me real good, dog. Real good. Real good, motherfucker. Hey, I got to because I got to the top of my street where the stop sign is, and it's like you ain't feel the wind till like I got up there. Like that shit just started whipping. That shit was like I
already know, dog.
I said, and I took probably about 2 or 3 steps jogging. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and push through. I hit off that third one. I was like, no, no. But everything else cool, man. I'm enjoying myself. I'm out the way right now. Of course, you can see from the scenery and shit. So
right.
But definitely excited for the sequence of events that's gonna happen this weekend that we'll talk about in a minute, with the games. So we'll see. I'm conflicted in a motherfucker, but we'll make it work. But let's get to it. Let's get to it. Did we talk about Nick Saban last week, really? If not, we can. You got quick thoughts on it?
I just think he's the GOAT as far as college football goes. Period, point blank. As things are coming out, I think once Reggie Bush came out and said the NIL is taking over college football and schools of the powers that be are catching up to Nick Saban, and it might have been a pill too hard to swallow, or he just didn't want to deal with it. Either way, we know coaches, in college, Coach K or Roy Williams and people like that who just don't get down with the NIL. Again, great Hall of Fame, great coach, Hall of Fame, the best coach in college football. Hats off to him for what he was able to do prior to NIL. And we'll see what college football looks like.
Yep, the landscape is going to change tremendously. But I agree with you. And I do think there's some validity in what Reggie Bush said. I mean, we've seen it, like you said, we've seen it with Roy, Coach K, Jay Wright, Jim Calhoun. I'm pretty sure Tom Izzo is next. And it's the NIL, and then add in the portal, the transfers and everything. And I think that does a lot to these coaches, to the old school coaches, because when you look at these guys are more teachers, and they want to build players, and they're used to having players for 2-3 years, and in this climate, as it hurt us for the longest, for the last 3-4 years in Carolina, to where if a guy ain't getting their playing time, when they think they should get it, yeah, they get, and they go on. So I mean, but yes, I echo that legendary career for what he did to the Alabama program. We probably will never see that for another program in general. Well, besides Calhoun, I mean, I said Calhoun. Well, I did say Calhoun. I mean Oriema. What he's doing at UConn. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the greats. It's interesting to see what Alabama football is going to look like next year, especially with all these guys transferring out.
5 so far.
How many? 25?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, and then they got a lot of recruits that's supposed to come in next year that's decommitting.
Exactly.
I don't know what the thought process was behind Deborah. I thought it would take a little bit longer. If they didn't stay on that Saban tree. But I mean,
I didn't think it would take long at all. I think that that's the hottest. That was the hottest job in town. You know what I mean? I mean, in the country. I wasn't expecting him though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they didn't stay on the Nick Saban tree, I thought it might take longer if they go outside.
Gotcha. Okay, now I'm tracking. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
Because that was a quick hire for somebody that not even in the program. I don't know how familiar he is with Alabama, Crimson Tide, and everything else. But talking to Smurf, he said that they had an idea that Nick was going to step down, so they had been talking to that guy, for at least the past week or week and a half. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I mean, I get it. He turned the Washington program around, but that's Washington. And you're talking about Alabama, which has been the pinnacle of football for at least the last 15 years.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But yeah, playoffs.
Okay.
We can pick a couple games we want to talk about if you want. We don't got to talk about all of them. I really didn't care too much for the Buffalo and Steelers game. That kind of went the way I thought it would go.
Okay.
You got any thoughts on the Chiefs and the Dolphins?
That went the way I thought it would go.
Okay, I mean, same here.
They're just not ready to win yet. They don't know how to win. They don't.
Miami.
They don't know how to win. All the talent just don't know how to get it done.
Was this their best effort? Not best effort, but best opportunity. You think they'll have a better opportunity than this?
Yeah.
Okay. So you think they'll be a better team next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. I can see it. I don't know how many of them pieces gonna still be there. Who else we had? The Texans and the Browns.
You know what? I did not see that game going the way it did, bro. I did not, man. For them to get smoked like how they did the Browns.
I thought their defense was gonna hold up a little better.
Yeah. I didn't know if I didn't think that D'Amico Ryan would have his team geared up to beat Cleveland, but at the same time, I mean, what has Cleveland shown us? Not too much. Absolutely. Shit, it was stalemate as far as talent. And you can argue that Texans had more talent. Obviously, they did.
Yeah.
So, shouts out to C.J. Stroud and that crew over there in Houston, man, for getting the job done. Convincingly.
Yeah. That was the AFC. NFC. Let's start with the Lions and the Rams.
Great game.
Yes.
Great game. Lions, the Rams had their opportunities, but the Rams, man, I mean, the Rams had their opportunities, but the Lions stuck it out, man. They grinded a win out, dog. You know what I'm saying?
One thing about this game, when a lot of these games I watch, and I get it, the analytics leave me shaking my head a whole lot. Analytics say you should go for it for this 4th and 1. Analytics say in this position, this 4th and 2, the Rams should throw left. In this position, blah, 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 blah. So there was at least 2 4th and 1s or 4th and 2s, I think, that the Rams did not take the field goal and opted to go for it. And they ended up losing by 1 point. It's 26, 25, right? So that's where I get conflicted on the analytics game, and for me, I'm one that never thinks you leave points on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel.
How do you? Okay, I was going to ask you how you feel about the analytics, but yeah, I mean, outside of that, great game. These teams play like they was evenly matched. Stafford and Golf went damn near throw for throw, like. So it is
and that was expected.
Yeah.
They both had something to play for, considering that they were swap trades. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So for me, by far, the most competitive game this weekend. That looked good. Cowboys and Packers.
I'll pat myself on the back for that pick.
Yeah. You did. You called it. There's something wrong in Dallas. Something wrong in Dallas. No, and nobody was really talking about this, but about they was talking about the running part. Dallas has been bad stopping the run all year, but in this game in particular, knowing that Dallas has been bad stopping the run, they played a lot of nickel and dime.
Well, they played a lot of nickel and dime because the way the Packers have been winning as of late, man. They spread you out, man, and they light you up. They spread you out and they light you up, man.
Well, yeah, but
what are you gonna do? Put 3 linebackers out there in a 4-wide set?
You might want to stop the run, but I mean, they couldn't stop the pass. In this game in particular, Dallas couldn't stop nothing.
Yeah, well, again, that's you contribute that to one, Dallas not being good, and two, at the end of the day, like I talked about last episode, man, quietly Green Bay has been getting better every week.
Yeah.
Every week they have been getting better. So those that young receiving corps down there, they got talent. They might be together another 2 years maybe before people start saying, "No, you come with me." I want him. I got some money. Yeah, I got some money for you.
Come on. I need a number 1.
I'm telling you, man. So hey, hats off to the Green Bay Packers and Love for doing what it is that he's doing, and I'm so happy for him. And him finally coming out of that shadow of, he got one playoff game under his belt, man. You know what I mean? And the last thing you want to do, is see a player of his caliber, because the boy can play.
Yeah.
To be up under someone's shadow, Aaron Rodgers had to work up from Brett Favre's shadow.
Brett had to work up from Don Majkowski.
So what is that?
We old, dog. We old. Niggas don't know about the Magic, man. Niggas don't know about Don Majkowski. But yeah, the Eagles and the Buccaneers.
The writing has been on the wall for the Eagles for the past 6 weeks.
I think since that 49er game, it ain't look good since they look funny in the light after that. Because I think they only won 1 game since that.
Yeah,
and that was the Giants.
Yeah,
and then lost to the Giants a week or 2 later.
Yeah. So here's the thing about it, man. They got, was it a trap game? Man, you can call it that, because at the end of the day, look, you could tell by the way that they were playing, or by the way they've been playing, man, that's a beat up team, right? That's a beat up team, and they came in against a team with nothing to lose,
right?
With nothing to lose, and has young players at all the right places,
and they feel disrespected.
Baker Mayfield got a chip.
Everybody else got a chip because they said the NFC South
It's cool.
really shouldn't be there.
It's cool. Like right, like some
But,
analysts saying that we should get the NFC South should give up their spot type
right.
shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, like you got to get out here like it was a gimme game. Nah, you saw what the hell's going on. They dominated the Eagles.
Yeah, yeah,
they dominated the Eagles.
Dominated. And to me, the game ain't even close as the score was. The majority of the game, because the Eagles was only about 10 points away from them.
That's what I'm saying.
Until like that, the really like midway through the fourth quarter. One thing about the games this weekend, the Eagles and Bucks game, Packers and Cowboys game, and there was one on the AFC side, the Browns and the Texans. I think that the game planning was scouting and game planning was like bar none the best. Cause what the Packers did to the Cowboys was basically took a page out of, let me see, I'm gonna see how they played against the 49ers. Oh, see how they lost to the Eagles. See how they lost to the Dolphins. Oh, they lost to blah blah, to the Bills like this. And the Packers took all that and put it in basically like it's one playbook, and like they had a recipe. The Bucks and the Eagles, the Bucks used whatever game plan they had to the fullest. Like, I mean, Hurts he could barely drop back and throw the ball.
They was in his shit.
Yes, they couldn't run. It was masterful. It was masterful. Hurts was frustrated. And I mean, for him not even to be able to run himself was, I mean, but how do you got this weekend going?
Run them off to me.
All right, you got the I'm gonna do them off the top of my head. I'm not gonna do them in the order they are. You got the Ravens,
okay.
and the Ravens and the Texans.
Ravens and Texas. Ravens come away with that win.
Okay.
At home.
Even with who Andrews is out, right?
And no, he's not.
Okay,
he's
so who's the safety they got that out?
I don't know who this. Who I don't know.
The Ravens got a big name on the D out. It's one of the safeties. Marlon Humphreys is out.
Is he?
Yeah.
Don't he play corner?
Yeah.
He's not playing? Okay.
Nope.
I'm still taking the Ravens.
Me too. Niners, Packers.
Taking the Niners.
I got Niners. Bills, Chiefs. It's gonna be an interesting one. There's really no home field advantage in that weather in Buffalo. Kansas City playing that shit last week.
Kansas City plays in bullshit all the time.
Yes. And it's hard to go against Patrick Mahomes in the fucking playoffs, dog.
It is, man. I don't know if I see enough of that Chiefs team, though, man.
Okay.
I'm going to go Bills. I think they get over the hump.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Lions and the Buccaneers.
It's gonna be tighter than what people think, but
okay.
I think the Lions will pull it out.
Do you think the Buccaneers can duplicate some of what they did against Philly, against the Lions?
I think they'll try.
Okay.
I think the Lions are young blood, a gritty team. I think the offensive line will hold up. I think the pressure won't be that. If they can get the golf, shit's gonna get interesting. Because golf got motherfucking cement on his cleats.
Very.
So if they can get the golf, it's gonna be interesting. But I'm gonna go with the Lions to pull it out.
I got the Lions too. Before we leave football, what do you think about that hit that put on the Rams tight end towards ACL when he took his legs out?
I mean, bro, a big motherfucker like that, man. Oh, that Was it that starting tight end?
Yeah.
He's out now, huh?
Yeah, his ACL's gone. Well, the Rams tight end, Laporta.
Oh,
been
the Rams. Yeah. Okay.
They hit at the end where he took, and everybody was arguing. Stafford got an old boy face, told him there's a dirty hit.
I mean, it was a dirty hit.
Yeah.
Bro, you're going to take, you're a corner. Corners take out legs. That's what they do. What is he supposed to do? Go head up on him, wrap up, and drive through him? Fuck no, you fucking tight.
Yeah, that's what they would like, but that's not what's gonna happen. As long as you have an outlaw, hitting somebody knee or below. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen until it happens. Or either they're gonna listen to the receivers and the tight ends and ask them, hey, would you rather be hit in the knee below or in the head? And from what they're saying, most of these guys would rather get hit up top than down low, because it can be the end of your career. Either way it go, but you tear that ACL, MCL, PCL, it can be
your ass is in trouble.
Yeah. So I did see that Antonio Pierce is in negotiation right now, contract with the Raiders. I do want to well deserved. I got in a mini back and forth with a Panthers fan, because they said that this was the problem. This is one of the problems with the Panthers, because of what Max Crosby said about Antonio Pierce. There was no Panthers players that stood up for Steve Wilkes like Max Crosby did. Max Crosby, for those that don't know, Max Crosby said that if he's not hired, then I need to start looking for another team, basically, in some words. Okay. But I told this person, I said, well, number one, there's nobody on the Panthers, and this is just me. There's nobody on the Panthers defense that has that leverage that Max Crosby has to tell somebody that. The Raiders are not going to let, as Max Crosby demands a trade, it's going to be probably, it's not going to be requested. Max Crosby is not going nowhere. The Raiders not letting him go nowhere. One of them Panthers players say, hey, it's, if you don't hire Wilkes, then you might as well trade me. They probably gonna say, okay, well, what's your destination, sir? Matter of fact, I'll do you one better. I'll cut you.
No, yeah, I agree with that. I was gonna say, I spoke too soon. The Panthers players, they did step up and they did stand up for who they wanted the organization to hire. But they, again, like you said, like there was no real life standout. The only person that could have done it was Brian Burns,
right?
And he was on the brink of his contract year. Yeah. So how the fuck can he tell them to trade him? He's on a contract year.
Absolutely.
He's trying to prove to them that he belongs. He can't do that. But they did step up and say what they needed to say,
right,
as far as who they wanted to be their coach. A player's coach, man. I think we talked about that before. He's a player's coach, man. And he understands what it's like to be on that field. He's not too far removed. Right. So, the Raiders, I feel like the Raiders got it right. And, we'll see what happens. Because they have a great roster.
Yeah, they do. And he deserves a chance. Just give him the chance.
Give him a shot.
That's it. No more. Shit, there ain't no other hires in the NFL right now. The Cowboys decided to keep what's his name? McCarthy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's so much of a surprise or not. For what's out there.
Is he the issue?
Honestly, I there's not too many fingers I can point at him. That defense got demolished. He's not he is the coach. So let's not get that part confused, So everything goes through him. But you have a defensive coach that does the defensive game planning, scheming, scouting, everything. So he's running into plays. Mike McCarthy is offensive. He's calling plays on offense. So you can blame him for a lot of the shit that goes on, but this guy that's calling defensive plays that everyone's talking about should be a hot coaching candidate. From what I saw, I don't know what, but the The players didn't show up.
Period.
And I guess if you want to put that on the coach, he didn't have the players ready, then yeah, I guess. But these motherfuckers are getting paid millions to go out there and win games.
Right.
in the biggest one of the biggest sports, not the biggest football, but one of the biggest sports franchises there is out there, if not the biggest.
Agreed.
Cowboys, Yankees, and Lakers. And there's probably the only three that you're gonna come close.
Agreed.
So they weren't ready. I don't blame the coach too much. I saw that Belichick is on his second interview with the Falcons. I don't know what 2 interviews take for the Falcons, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know either. If I'm the Falcons, I'm jumping on this thing. The
Yeah.
Falcons don't have a bad roster. I think they have young talent, talent that could, that with the right coaching and the right coaching staff can be a force. So I don't know if Ritter is the answer at QB, but I know outside of him, they have some good pieces, man. Good running back, good,
yeah. Tight end,
I mean?
receivers.
Defensively, they showed up, in the secondary. So I mean, they have some good pieces, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. And last but not least, our team, the Tar Heels.
All right.
So we did not talk about well, last week, of course, we didn't because it was midweek, but I want to say 15 of the top 25 teams all lost at least one game to unranked teams. There was only 2 teams that did not lose at all, and definitely not to, well, of course, any unranked teams, but it was UConn and the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Right.
We saw a jump in the polls. We went from 7 to what we 4 right now. UConn went to 1. Any thoughts on our beloved Tar Heels?
Yeah, I think after that shellacking that we gave Syracuse, it kind of woke up guys to say, all right. I mean, we've been quietly, slowly but surely, getting together, getting our shit together, and finding an identity. Not only finding an identity, but the cohesion amongst the team.
Yeah.
So it's been there. It's been getting there, and I think with the last game, with the Syracuse game, and this past game on Wednesday with Louisville, it's just showing the talent that we have.
Right.
I'm excited about this team. I've been excited about this team. Coming into the season, I know we you had some questions about RJ Davis, and I told you, fret not, my friend. I told you. And now, look at what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's going to be the ACC Player of the Year if he keeps this up. He's going to be a first team All-American if he keeps this up.
He definitely should be. And he should be gone, actually. His draft stock should probably not be any higher than what it is right now.
Yeah, no question. But not just him, the pieces around him, the supporting cast around him, they're looking better. I think everybody is falling in and getting comfortable in their roles within the team. And that's what's important. As long if you understand and you accept your role on a team, bro, it's not too much a motherfucking opposing team can do to you.
Right.
Do with you.
And it shows you saying that, it shows you the flaws from last year. We have 3, well, definitely 2 alphas. You can arguably say 3. And so it's a power struggle on that team. Caleb Love, RJ Davis, Baycock. Baycock was the man last year. And you saw that power struggle on, within that system between him and Caleb Love. Our offense should probably run through the big man and kick back out or whatever, and or however they wanted to go it. But it took Caleb Love leaving for there to be some kind of shift in the dynamic and power structure we have on that team. And I like the way it's going. RJ Davis is, undoubtedly the leader. He is the engine that makes that shit go. And like you said, everybody has found, it's settling into their roles and accepting them. That's the key thing, accepting them. And as we talked about it, we have not seen a complete game to where everybody was clicking on all cylinders together, and that's scary.
Well, for the opposing team, yeah.
Yeah, that's scary.
For the
So
opposing team, absolutely.
yeah, I'm waiting for it. I cannot wait till it happen. It's gonna look good. And one thing Withers said after the Louisville game, he said one thing about this team is that everybody's hungry. Um, Nobody's overconfident, and if somebody is overconfident in the locker room, it's already somebody else checking them, putting them back like, hey, we ain't did nothing yet. Like
Yeah.
we don't got no room to be, like we, the best team. Like so, everybody's keeping everybody level headed and like, hey, it's still work to do. We not as good as we need to be or should be right now. So that's good, man. I like that, and I think him. I just like the depth. Him, Trimble, what's the other big man name? Washington. Him, Trimble, Washington. And I think that's all we really if we can go at least 8 deep, which we can right now, that's a great sign, man. That's a great sign. That's a great sign. And the other guys are still finding their way. I got big hopes for High, Zayden High.
Yeah.
Big hopes for him. Them other guys, I mean, hey, I I told you how I feel about Wojcik. So they try to sell me on that motherfucker, man. Y'all, it's two white boys coming in that can shoot the nets off, and neither one of them have really. I mean, we Ryan has had his moments, but he ain't shooting that bitch like he was shooting in Notre Dame.
No.
And that's always the case. These motherfuckers light us up when they play against us.
Well, we're a bad perimeter. We're horrible on perimeter defense.
Oh God! But I mean, but you know what? Wojcik gives his all. He don't hit no shots, but he hustles and his feet are bad. The motherfucker can't move on defense. He's not, but I was like, damn, dog. But whatever.
Shout out to my man Wojcik.
Yeah. How do you feel about us in the ACC?
We're the best team in the ACC, dog.
Regular season champs?
Probably.
Only team right now I think that's I think that really threatens us right now from what I see right now is Florida State, and we beat them already, but they was beating us by what, 10 15 points at one point in time during that game.
Yes.
We had to really grind it out, and we ended up beating them by double digits. But yeah. All right. That's all I got on sports, man.
Okay.
Well, I guess for sports we can talk. Hey, what the fuck is going on with Dwayne Wade and these nails?
I don't fucking know, man. It's a weirdo.
Oh, what are we witnessing?
As far as what?
As far as in him, I mean, I don't. So where did this shit come from? Like, I know you can't answer that, but I'm just like, it's weird. Like this is not, and maybe it is D Wade, but is
no, it's him, no question about it.
Yeah,
No, that's
but
not
from the basketball aspect and what we saw him, like, it's just like
that means nothing to me.
Yeah.
That's him. He's showing us who he is. It is what it is.
Larsa Pippen made it a point to let it be known for us to know that her and Marcus have sex at least 5 times a day.
And she has 11 frozen eggs on deck.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah, I read that earlier today.
Okay.
I mean, listen, dog. Whatever, man. I think I can't really say if this is fool's gold, if they're truly in love or whatever. I don't know, dog, and I'm not going to act like I know. But I will say, man, I mean, the stuff that she says, she's definitely keeping the Pippen Jordan debacle.
Yeah.
So not even debacle, frenzy. She's keeping it afloat.
She definitely is. What if she just gets her name hyphenated when they get married?
Huh? Say it again.
I said, what if she just like decides to get her name hyphenated when she get married?
That's what she said she's going to do.
Oh wow. Mm. Oh, Larsa Pippen Jordan. Mm, mm, mm. How do you feel if you Scotty?
Uh, I'm upset.
I,
I'm
yeah.
upset.
Drop the name. I'm straight up. I'm pretty sure he probably said that already anyway, but you know, whatever. Uh, you think Donald Trump gonna win this election?
I do.
I do too. I don't see how it's listen, they stopped the game this past weekend. It was they interrupted for me the Eagles and Bucks game was interrupted to let me know that Donald Trump kicked ass in Iowa. I think he
Yeah.
had like 55%, and DeSantis had like 22.5, and Nikki Haley was like 21.5 or 25 or something, 20.5 or something like that. And I was like, oh God, yeah, we starting with this shit. And I looked at it. I'm like, well, the Republicans obviously, by the look at this shit, don't got nobody that is really going to overtake him to represent the Republican Party. And the shit we already got in office with on the Democratic side, like this is a debacle.
Hey, bro. He is going to be, in my opinion, our next commander in chief, dog. He
He
is, bro.
is. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Staying in politics, Nikki Haley said America has never been a racist country.
Like, what are you trying to get a rise out of me or something, man? Like, what are you trying to pause? Pause.
So,
Like,
so this is a presidential candidate that says America has never been a racist country.
well, no, she's not a presidential candidate.
Well, not yet, but she's on the camp trail. Yeah.
No, what she said was is that she's done and that she's going to support Trump.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I that whooping in Iowa made it that bad if we're Jesus Christ. Well. Well. Yeah. Well, America has never been a racist country.
Okay.
According to her.
So, all right. Got it. Thanks, Nick.
mm. I don't know if you know, but academics in Miami, young Miami has been going back and forth with each other all week on Twitter.
Okay.
And she brought up a tweet of his that said something about him. I guess he had mentioned there was something about a young female rapper, and he said something about it, and she was like, don't make me get my fans to keep retweeting this and have you investigated for pedophilia or something like that. And he screenshot one of her comments. I'm trying to find it now because I thought it was a pretty funny, interesting comeback doing, in the climate that we're in right now. Let me see. Oh, so the comment she said was and this was this is in December 2022. She said, if I wanted you to eat my pussy, Diddy would have had you on your knees, ho. You a eater. Who was she talking to or about? I have no idea. But academics said Well, while you screenshotting shit, I want you to remember this and watch your mouth. Stop tweeting before you be in the Rico case with Diddy. And I found that kind of interesting because all the shit that's coming out about Diddy, she said, and she verbatim said, if I wanted you to eat my pussy, Diddy would have had you on your knees, ho.
Implying that Diddy makes people do things. I get it.
Basically, what Cassie was saying.
Right. I mean, maybe maybe it's some truth in it. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I mean, if I had to go off of a whim, I would say that it's probably some truth behind it based on what's been coming out. There's some truth into shit that Diddy is talking that Diddy's going through. I don't know how much, but it is some truth. Mm-hmm. Look, man, like it's back and forth, dog. Like, academics makes his money. He stays relevant off of trolling people, off of essentially going to the shade room or whatever is out and about and exploit. Like that's what he does, right? So I'm not surprised at that at all. Young Miami has she has all right to stick up for herself, and that's what she's doing here.
Absolutely.
But you got to know this man's gonna poke fun at you.
Oh yeah.
And he has a pulse to the culture right now, which says a lot. Which says a lot about the culture, by the way.
Absolutely,
it sure does. Fucking academics, can say some shit and turn the fucking internet upside down.
And it's one of those like, well, with a lot of these people, you got to be careful of who you choose to pick that battle with. And some of these people ain't the ones. This Mos Def and Drake thing.
Okay.
So, well, you're familiar, right?
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Mos Def was on an interview recently, and he was asked about Drake and the type of music that Drake likes or Drake makes. And what he said was, and I won't, not verbatim, but basically he said that Drake has likable music. Drake is a pop artist, and Drake makes, music that you can shop to at Target, I believe.
Target. Bargain music.
It's funny as shit, but you know what? The thing about it is, what's so funny is I told someone maybe a year ago that I didn't use Target, but I said to someone, it might have been you, Rich, but I said that his albums and the songs that he's making, they sound like they be played at the Gap or at H&M.
Zara.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He gave his opinion, man. I'm gonna disagree with him and say that he's not hip hop because we know when it comes down to it that when Drake wants to rap, he gonna rap. Right. So I mean, but you can't say he's a pop artist. All you what I would say is that he's very, very talented, and he can jump in a few pockets. Because at the end of the day, who really goes at Drake and wins? No. Because when he goes bars, guess what?
It's gonna be a long day.
It's gonna be a long fucking day. And when he gets into that singing mode, it's gonna be a long day for the rest of the fucking pop artists.
Right.
When he gets into his little reggaeton or whatever pocket, or whatever that is, it's a long day for whomever.
Yeah. He can give a lot of people nightmares in any demographic.
Right. So I understand. Being Mos Def, I understand why he said it because of the type of artist that he is.
Right.
But let's not get it fucked up, Mos Def. You sing on tracks too, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Let's not. Some of your biggest hits, probably your biggest hit, you're singing on it. So people just don't want to adapt to change, man.
Right. Yeah, because hip hop has evolved a million times over from when I grew up, what I was growing up listening to, what you grew up listening to.
And that's what I was getting ready to say.
Right.
We're guilty of it as well.
Yeah.
We are. We're guilty. We are guilty of it in the sense that we like what we like, and we stay in the pockets that we stay in as far as what we listen to.
Right.
But I'm not oblivious that this shit has changed.
Absolutely.
I'm not, bro. So
yeah. And I mean, I think the overblown part of it about it is that Mos Def has the rights and credentials to speak about it. A lot of people act like who the fuck is Mos Def to even say Drake's name or speak about anything. Mos Def is definitely qualified to talk hip hop, rap, anything. Now, do I agree with this opinion? No, not really, because like we said, hip hop is hip hop, and it's so many different lanes of it now that you can say is this, is that, but for these other people, maybe the hardcore Drake fans or the new fans or whatever else, discrediting Mos Def is crazy to me. Talking about his catalog and how he ain't this and he ain't that and he can't stand next to Drake rapping or whatever else. Like, let's pump the brakes. Let's pump the brakes.
Agree.
Mos Def can do his thing, and there's no doubt about that or debating it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't too much agree with the take. But that's him and how he feels. One thing that we definitely see, and is a lot of gatekeepers that are still trying to make rap or hip hop that same thing that started out in the park. We used to do it in and it ain't that no more. It's harmonizing, it's singing in there. It's hell, that shit. It was a drastic shift once 50 and Ja Rule was going at it with each other, because there wasn't too many sing song, harmonizing, before that.
Agreed.
So I mean, it's and that, when you think about that, that's 22 years ago, 2001, 2002.
Definitely in high school for me.
Yeah. So I mean, we far removed from that. So yeah. I like them both. Now, so Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook, was shot and killed this weekend.
Yes.
From all reports, this is the ongoing beef from the two crews. And
Young Dolph crew.
Yeah, Young Dolph crew. And it's seeming like what people are saying is retaliation.
Right.
From Dolph.
Okay, so for those who don't know, it's been rumored that Big Jook basically put a price tag on Young Dolph's head for anybody. I think it was 25,000 or something like that. I don't think the number really matters, but it was said that he put a price tag on Young Dolph for him to be killed. Obviously, unless you live in Iraq, we know that Young Dolph is no longer with us.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Young Dolph, which would raise eyebrows and questions. Fast forward to this weekend, after attending the funeral of Big Jook, the brother Yo Gotti, was killed. Of course, street politics, street talk, they're saying it's retaliation, like you said. It is what it is. Dog, it's just unfortunate for lives to be taken, man, period, dog. It is. And, I'm not at liberty to say whether it was retaliation or whether it wasn't, but shit, all fucking fingers point to it being retaliation.
Yeah. And so sadly, with you saying that, and of course the street saying that and everything, just realizing it, there's probably not going to be an end to it anytime anytime soon. Some of the reports are saying that he was actually standing by the car or getting in the car, and Gotti's mother was in the car that Jook was getting into when it all happened. Like she could have easily became, you know, and you know, her life could have easily been ended with that. Which, you know,
Yeah.
fortunately, that's not, if that's how it went down. You know, fortunately, you know, that's not what happened. You know, you never want to wish death on nobody, especially anybody's mom. But
Not only that, I hope it's not true for her to
right,
see her son get gunned down. That's
absolutely,
wild.
yeah. And then you have to live with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You know, watching your son. You know, man,
Burying your kid.
yeah. I mean, it's just unfortunate, you know, because you like all parties' music just about. I mean, you CMG, you like Dolph's crew, you know what I'm saying? You like Dolph, you listen, you know, and to know that this is happening, is going on, and you know,
Yeah.
it just lets you know and brings back to this real life beef. I mean, this music, you know, a lot of these people, you know, as much as it is it's entertainment for us, it
Sometimes it's deeper than rap, bro.
absolutely. That's
And
where
in
I
a
was going.
city in a city like Memphis, bro, they
Mm-hmm.
not playing. They playing for keeps, dog.
Mm-hmm.
They're not fucking around out there in Memphis, dog.
True. Mm. Yeah. I mean, um, and then I think, well, Jim Jones was commenting on it, and of course he brought back his statement that he was pushing the narrative that you know, being a rapper is worse than being, you know, a member of the United States Army or a member of the
It's more
military
dangerous. It's more
going
dangerous.
going to Afghanistan. You
More
know,
dangerous. That's what he said.
yeah, more dangerous. I don't know if he's ever been to Afghanistan. I don't know, but I mean, as a member of the United States, anything he hasn't been. I know that much. But
Yeah.
just like I don't know what it's like to be a rapper walking on the street. So
Right.
I mean, who knows?
I'm
But
sure they're more paranoid.
yeah,
I'm sure you have to watch the company that you keep.
mm-hmm.
I think with us, with us having military backgrounds, I think that we understand that the last thing we're worried about is the company that we keep. That's
Absolutely.
amongst us.
Yeah, you know who's out to get you in
Yeah,
the military.
as opposed to them, they don't. And I think that's where he's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
It still sounds ridiculous to say out your mouth,
It does.
but from that aspect, I get it.
Right. It does. Man, listen, thoughts and prayers to just Memphis in general, because I'm pretty sure that was a big hit to them. And you know, for this to go on, like it really like lets you know like it ain't nobody safe, because it's a lot of good, because I'm pretty sure a lot of them CMG artists probably have a target on them. Um, so thoughts and prayers, man, to all parties. And
Right.
hopefully there's some way, somehow, that this, you know, this can be settled and handled.
Yeah.
Speaking of music and that, just that lifestyle, young rapper Little RT, are you familiar with him?
I am not.
Okay. We'll shelf this conversation and come back to it. Well, hold on. So as of right now, he's an internet sensation. I think he is 7, 8 years old.
Okay.
I can't remember the crew he runs with, song he has, but it's a, you probably have seen the song. You can barely understand him, but one some of his lyrics was like, if the bitch come over and she ain't trying to fuck, I'll blah 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 blah, some shit.
I do know
Yeah,
you're referring.
you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
All right. Um, what are your thoughts on this young kid, and that of course the influence around him is what is pushing him to make that type of music and think it's acceptable, you know. But so more or less, it's the adults around him that's the problem.
Yeah. And well, you just said it. You just said a mouthful. I don't condone this type of shit, man. Like, they're children,
Mm-hmm.
bro. At the end of the day, it's just like what, let a kid be a kid,
True.
right? Let a kid be a kid. And I feel the same way about Finesse Two Times and his son.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, if you want to teach your son shit, about street shit or whatever, or shoot dice or whatever, you want to have them on the road with you and all the time, whatever. I understand that because that's a bonding moment. Nor am I in any type of predicament to tell anybody how to raise their kid. However, my opinion,
Right.
bro, teach your kids different. Don't put your kids in the same shit that you've been into.
True.
Getting back to this young RT kid, like, what the fuck are we talking? What are you talking about? Like, if she not coming to fuck, dog.
Yeah,
What?
you 8 years old.
You're what? How? I mean, pause. I'll say it, but like, bro, what does your erection even look like right now? Pause.
Right, yeah.
What you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, talking about he got the gun in the car next to him. If the police get behind him, he's doing.
You can't shoot a gun.
What he
You
said
can't
he's
shoot a
doing
gun
105 or
accurately.
some shit like that. Yeah.
The type of guns that I got, they'll blow his fucking shoulder out of place.
Yeah. Dislocate his whole shit.
Man, that motherfucker might fly off. Like, come on, man. We gotta do better, dog. We gotta do better.
Yeah. So when I saw it, because they basically was talking about lyrics and this gang life, street life, and it all was wrapped into Dolph and Gotti thing, and
Right.
his name came up, and I'm looking at it, I'm listening, I'm like, no, this shit is crazy. And I had to look him up. 8 years old, going on 9, and he's talking about, like you said, like, if the bitch come over and she ain't trying to fuck, I'm kicking her out.
Man, I wish Adonis would.
Police riding behind me. I got the gun next to me. I'm pushing it to the floor until I hit 105 or some shit like that. I'm just like, what? And it's grown-ups in the video with him. Like they doing this Styles and Kiss thing, tossing it back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going back. I'm like, what the fuck? But to move on, I went to North Carolina. I went to North Carolina yesterday to me and my mom's house. And this is I'm just freestyling, just telling you some shit. My mom, the family house is getting renovated. There's nobody living in there. So it's people in and out, working on shit or whatever else. So we're in the house, we're looking around, and I go into the dining room, and I'm looking on the floor. I see something. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I go over there by it. I think it's a crack pipe on my mom's dining room floor. So it's guys in there doing renovations and shit. And I guess they find the time to smoke crack. And I'm like, but it was mind blowing.
It wasn't a bowl. It was a crack pipe.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to insult your intelligence. I just want to make sure.
No, it's a crack pipe. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, we live in some wild time, Reg.
Wild time. Because like we talked about the temperature. It was probably about it was in the teens. And in the house it was colder than that because But I'm like, what in the fuck is going on in here? And I saw it, and I'm like, Mom, come here. She looked. She was like, we just looking at each other like, nah, it can't be. It can't be. And I'm like, looking. It is.
Motherfuckers in that free basin.
Listen, I mean, man, but off of that story, well, to stay on it, but kind of off of it, one issue I see with that is just the whole renovation of the house. I ain't really talked to you that much about this. So she decided she met this black guy, and he does all kind of renovation work, landscaping to be included, and he's supposed to have started on the house the week I went to St. Lucia.
Okay.
He told her that he would have all the stuff that she wanted done in that house done in 3 weeks.
Okay.
It's January 19th of 2024.
Okay.
When I went to St. Lucia.
Hey, man. That's the way it goes when it comes down to renovating shit. And, you got contractors and stuff like that. I'm not surprised at all, bro. Mm-hmm. I don't remember with the homes that I've lived in or owned or whatever, I don't remember a time where a contractor was on time and met his deadline that he told me. I don't remember a time. So I'm not surprised at that.
All right. So the crazy thing is, she outsourced. She went with she had 3 different people. One at a time. And the reason why she went with him, because his timeline, he said that'll take about 3 weeks. One of the companies, white guys, they said, it'd take about a month and a half at the longest. He's like, man, I guarantee you a month and a half, like we have all this done, But he said 3 weeks, and then black guy, black business. So she decided to go with it.
Support black business.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely. So now she's like, something told me, as much as I wanted to give a black man my business, I should have went with XYZ.
Okay.
Because it's been probably about 3 or 4 times that we went down there and nobody was there. Nobody was in the house. Nobody was doing nothing.
Okay.
And nobody had been there for a week or so.
Okay.
And, so that's a lot of the reason why she feels that way. And I understand her, because there's been times to where one time specific, I think one of my probably last move, it wasn't my last move. I think when I was actually moving out of Colombia, I went with this black company, guys to come over, and move my stuff out of my house. I don't know if I told you the story, but from the time they got there, the niggas was complaining because they had to go. You remember the apartment I had? They had to go up 3 flights of stairs, but all that was in the description. They was complaining. I had liquor out and I couldn't take it with me, so I was throwing the most of it away. And one of the guys was like, "Man, you don't mind if we take this, do you?" I'm like, "Well, by all means, you can have it. I ain't giving no open, no closed bottles, but it was bottles that was almost gone." But one of the niggas, he started like taking shots on the job. So the guy that was in charge asked him to go home, and then he pulled me to the side. He was like, "Man, I gotta apologize to you about that. That was unprofessional, blah, 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 blah." And I'm just like, "All right, look, dog, I just want y'all to get this done so we can get up out of here." But long story short, dog, them niggas complained the whole time, took their time, and then didn't work as fast as they told me that it was going to work. And then was like, "Well, we're going to have to charge you more because XYZ." And I said, "Well, I told y'all that it was 3 flights of stairs. Y'all gave me this price. Y'all came over here and did an assessment for y'all, Then the niggas tried to tell me, well, the time started when they got in the truck, not when they started moving furniture."
Okay.
So you mean to tell me the time started from when you got in the truck in West Columbia and drove over here to Columbia?
Okay.
Versus I said, "No, we're not doing that."
Okay.
Nah.
So what you getting at, man? Like,
as much as I love my people, love supporting, I don't know why we do that to each other. I've got some of my worst business from I've gotten bad business from everybody.
Okay.
Bad business from everybody, but I've got some of my worst business from my skin fellows and sisters.
So here's the thing, man. 'Cause I knew what you were getting at. You were just kind of dancing around it, but it's okay. The reality of it is that sometimes, in some cases, when you try to keep the money in our community, sometimes you do get the shit in the stick. And it's for a multitude of reasons. I'm to the point. It's back and forth with me, man. I try to use my better judgment on what's what. But ultimately, in my opinion, if I'm spending my hard-earned money, if I'm making my hard-earned money, I can spend it the way I want to spend it.
You should.
And that's
shouldn't be guilt tripped into.
No, I ain't no guilt trip on shit around here.
Right.
I'm gonna spend my money the way I want to spend it. So, it's not a secret. We know it happens, whether it be construction, whether it be movers, shit. When it comes down to restaurants. Say it again.
I said servers walking into a place and
there you go, restaurants
having attitudes.
Yeah, right. It happens. It happens on both sides of the fence. So, I think it's a roll of the dice, man. When dealing with anyone, when it comes down to requesting their services, man.
So,
but I definitely get what you're saying.
All right, so let me.
Yeah.
I just thought about this. All right, so we went to the restaurant last week. After Sheree got promoted, we went to a restaurant. Um, we was up there ordering, well, waiting to order. One of the guys, he I guess he was outside on his lunch break, right? And I remember
Okay.
him. I remember him because I got out the car and I was like, damn, because I parked beside him. All I could smell was weed.
Okay.
So it was a nigga out there, getting high as fuck.
Okay.
I ain't paying no mind. I was just like, damn, whoever the fuck that is, they getting high as fuck. Walk, we in a restaurant waiting, to standing around get served. And he walks in and walks right past us, and nigga, that's all you can smell. I was like, oh, that was that nigga. He put his apron on, like, hey, I'm about to clock in. I'm ready to get this. Like, all right, well, you on the grill, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh shit, hold on now.
So you think the weed would have affected the way he cooks?
I don't know what it would have affected if. But the first thing that I was thinking about, like, and maybe it's just the military part in me, like, nigga, like, you at work, like, you supposed to be, like, even if you're on break, that's your wait. Like, wait till you get off work.
No, I feel you. I feel you. Hey man, people cope and people do what they need to do. You know what I mean? They got their own time. I get what you're saying though.
Like, nah, but me in general, I honestly, but that's why I don't eat at like the Waffle House, like place like, because I don't want to see motherfuckers that cook my food. I don't want to see them cooking it. Like, I'd rather,
Okay.
I want to see, I be back there behind a wall or something. Like, because I instantly be like, I start looking at motherfuckers and be like, well, damn, look at this, this
That's
motherfucker
interesting.
got a lot of dandruff on his shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
Interesting.
want none of that shit falling in my food or this or that. So I'd rather not see the motherfuckers at all.
That's interesting. That's an interesting take, but I understand. I see why you're saying what you're saying. That's interesting though.
I don't. I what's your thoughts on pillow talking?
As
And
far as
let me put it in preference. So I'll use Rick Ross' baby mama, for example. She went on IG Live the other day, and she said she's writing a book, and she said basically some of the stuff that's going to be in the book is how Rick Ross talks behind the back of Khaled, Diddy, Joe Budden, Dr. Dre, Drake, Meek Mill, and she had a whole lot to say about Meek Mill. Like, I don't know if it's true or not, but like, what's going on with him and his contract, and he bitches a lot and blah 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 blah. She's like, all this shit I find out from Ross. Like, Ross tells me all this shit. He talks about it, whatever else. So obviously, Ross and his baby mom is not together anymore, but I do know, as a man, when you're with a woman and y'all are on the type of level that him and her was probably on, like, it's shit you talk about.
okay.
So once y'all are not together, is there anything like that, or that you're comfortable with her repeating, that things you told her? I guess you could say in confidence, because that's your lady and you're talking to her about certain shit.
Now, at the time that you're doing this pillow talking and you're involved with someone, of course, you think you can say whatever you want to say in confidence. But that's why you got to watch the company that you keep, and you got to understand that what comes out your mouth will be held against you at some point, or can be held against you at some point, because you don't know the character ultimately of some folks. So with that being said, bro, shit, if you throw it out there like that, bro, it is what it is.
Mm. Yeah, well, yeah, because it's like toothpaste. Once it's out the tube, you can't put it back in.
Right.
But I do feel like, when you're with said woman, I guess you feel like you're talking in confidence. You're talking to your lady, and she's this or whatever else, and you don't have no thoughts of, well, she probably ain't gonna be here in a year or so. So let me not tell her some of the things that are bothering me or troubling me. You know.
Right.
I think it's foul though. I do think
I
it's
do
foul.
think I just thought too.
But I think we would probably look at Ross different if he was to say, well, You mean like when you was talking about such and such and such and such, such, you know, because then it'd come, well, he's a man, he ain't supposed to do that shit. Chatty patty or whatever else, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know that pillow talking shit, dog. I don't know. I'm pretty sure whether it's been something negative or whatever else, you've talked about things, and I've talked. Every man has told
Yeah.
a woman something, whether it was something negative or positive. You know, you've told a woman, you know. So
That's the risk you take, man.
yeah. So how should you open up to a woman then?
It's a risk you take, dog. I mean, that's it.
Hmm. Scary, scary.
That's for anybody.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is.
You
I
think
saw
you know
this.
them, you think you don't.
Yeah. Sometimes better to just keep that shit in, I guess. I saw this thing that said there is no release date for college football.
Yeah, me too.
Get the shit
Yeah,
together.
they're not giving that out this year. I just hope it comes out this year for real.
They need to get that shit together. I'm gonna read this to you, and then we can get to some unapologetic truths. We can talk about this. So this was posted. This guy said, I gave the mother of my child $800 for school supplies and school clothes. A couple of days later, she asked me for an additional $300 for school supplies and school clothes. So I asked her what happened to the 800 that I gave her 3 days ago, and she said her two other kids' dad had to get his car fixed, so she split the money between the three of her kids because it wasn't fair for my child to have nice things for school and her other two kids didn't. Honestly, I was real pissed about this. And she in turn got mad and told me that a real man wouldn't have had an issue with this. And matter of fact, a real man would have went ahead and gave her the additional $300 without even asking what happened to the 800 that he gave her previously.
No, you're entitled to ask it where your money went. You you're not at liberty to take care of anyone else's child but your own. The mom did the mom the mom did the right thing at the end of the day by splitting the money. Like make no mistake about it. She
Mhm.
did the right thing. She made, you got money in your pocket. Like, hey, I mean, that's the dirty part about it. Um, but she fucked up by even getting whatever her man's car fixed and all that shit. You let him handle that shit. The real man would have got his
Yeah.
car fixed on his own.
Well, I think what she was saying is he didn't give her money to help her out with the other kids' school supplies.
Oh, okay, I got it now. Yeah, well, she did the right thing at the end of the day. Like, it would be fucked up if, under those circumstances, that she just did whatever for one of her children to do for the others, right? But at that point, don't ask me for no more bread now.
I can agree with that. Yeah, yeah. Don't. Yeah. That's a hard pill to well a tough one to say. You know, don't ask me for no more because of course you want your child to have what what they want, or especially what you can give them, especially if you want your kid to go to school in these new Jordans that they may have wanted for school, and
Right.
now they can't. Now they got the Shacks at Walmart because mom bought the other two kids Shacks, and they didn't want, she didn't want him to have Jordans and then to wear Shacks. So it, and you looking like
Dog, any mom is gonna do exactly what this lady did.
absolutely.
What I'm
I agree
saying
with that.
is, when it come down to it, don't ask me for shit else. You spent you had the money for a specific reason. You spend it the way you spent it. That's it. If I decide to get more for my child, then okay.
100%. I agree with it. I think for her to get mad at him and then throw the shots, basically saying, a real man wouldn't have had an issue with it. I Yes, a real man would have asked and had some kind of issue with it. Like what are we talking about? What are you doing? I understand, you had to or felt like you had to split this money, but my stance would be that those aren't my children. So if you're gonna tell me if you make it seem like my child needs $1,100 for school supplies and clothes, then yes, I'm gonna ask you what for, like, because you probably can say, hey, well, I can give my kid all the school supplies and school clothes they need for $600. Why don't you let me do the school shopping?
Right.
So yeah, that additional three is a dub for me. That shit would have been dead.
Nah.
That'd have been dead, and I wouldn't have had any reservations or thoughts about of saying that.
I agree.
And you need to go find. Well, obviously they're not together, but yeah, where was said real man at when you need him? Then since you asked me for this 300, this additional 300, because the other man, I don't know if y'all together or not, didn't give you nothing. He had to get his car fixed. So there we have it. Should you be a mind reader to your woman? Like this whole I'm seeing this shit a lot. I've seen this probably for the last week or so. A bunch of women saying the type of man I'm looking for is the type of man that's going to do without me asking. I shouldn't have to ask a man for anything.
Listen, dog, that's stupid as fuck. Nobody's a mind reader, dog. Like, no. Should you be able to read a room or feel the tone or whatever of your woman or on what her or how she feels about, like, her attitude should tell you if there's something wrong. You know what I'm saying? But you can't know exactly what the fuck it is. Like, fuck,
Right.
no.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So you can watch somebody's patterns and habits, little stuff like, I know, my lady likes Starbucks. So, if she didn't have to go to work today and I'm coming in from whatever, I might pick up her favorite Starbucks or this or that, yes, but all this, like, I don't, if that's what we're talking about, then maybe, but all this other shit, I shouldn't have to ask for nothing. Like if my brakes are squeaking, he should just, I mean, yes, there's a
No,
bunch
that's
of shit that
different.
we
No,
can
no, no,
say.
no, 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 no,
It's,
no,
yeah,
no,
it's
no.
yes, that's
That's
different.
different.
But it's a bunch of shit that we can, like.
No, that's not being a mind reader though.
Absolutely.
That's seeing an issue and correcting the issue.
Right, right.
Not being a mind reader.
Yeah, but the way they're prefacing and make it sound like I shouldn't have to ask for nothing. Like I don't know. I definitely don't agree with that. And
Bro,
I'm not a mind reader. I think communication is the best and the key to everything. So if it's something that you want, you like, or you think we should do, like, let's talk about it.
agreed.
I shouldn't have to play games and guess and all this other shit. Just like I don't expect you to.
Agreed.
If I got you the wrong gift for your birthday or for Christmas and you didn't like it, just let me know. Let's talk about it. This is what I thought you would like, and you didn't. So hey, I'm not a mind reader. Let's make it work. Ladies, communicate. Stop. Don't expect these niggas to be mind readers.
People.
Well,
Communicate.
yeah, absolutely, people. But don't expect these niggas to be mind readers and this whole doing without asking or being told. I don't even like that being told shit because you know we talk around here and we communicate and we figure this shit out. Like you ain't don't tell me. The only woman that probably get away with telling me anything what I should do or what I'm going to do is probably my mom. And that might be something that switches in a relationship. Who knows? But it might be that Aries in me. I don't know. I just don't like that whole what I tell you or I told you part. No.
Yeah, it's respect that.
Yeah. Ooh. We'll talk about it later. That whole respect thing. Should if when the check comes, it's 8 of y'all. Are you splitting it equally amongst each other, or you paying for your shit and you getting the fuck on?
It's 8 of who?
You out with people, your friends, it's a group of people, whatever. It don't have to be all your friends. It's 8 people out. Let's say the tab came out and it's 8 of y'all. It came out. Let's say the tab was 1,200. Are y'all
I'm
busting
paying,
that down equally, or you
I'm
paying for your
paying,
shit and you get the fuck on?
I'm paying for me, man.
That's how I feel. Obviously, that's the broke thing to do, from what people are saying. But
Well, I guess I'm broke, man.
me too. Listen, don't go out with me and order $800 worth of shit and think I'm about to split that shit up with you evenly, especially if my shit is about $60. Like, nah, that's not what we doing.
Right.
We ain't doing that. We not doing that. If we decide to go out, we get a section and we busting that shit, that's a whole different story. But yeah, we not going out as a group and you ordering everything, all the best shit they got, the best wine, champagne, liquor, whatever, and them prawns and super king crabs, and nah, we not doing that. All right, unapologetic truths. Oh, okay. Out of all your teams, if you had to start the 20 this season over for some of these for some of our teams, because the Tar Heels are done, and of course your Panthers are not playing no more. So out of all your teams, pick one team that you would want to see win a championship right now this season.
Out of all the teams that I like,
Yeah.
the Panthers.
Okay.
They have the the worst chances at doing it. It's easy.
Right. I'm gonna go with with the basketball team of the Tar Heels. As I mean, we got more than enough, but I don't know. I just feel like it's been too long. Well, it's been too long for my 49ers, but of course I'm more loyal to my Tar Heels than the 49ers. That is the state team for me. That's in state and everything. But speaking of that, um I think the Tar Heels play at 8 tomorrow, and I think the 49ers play at 8:30. And I was just like, how in the fuck am I gonna watch both of these games?
iPad and TV, brother.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have on probably some Tar Heel and 49ers shit. I'm gonna take a picture of that. It might be interesting. But yeah. Um should a man stay single until he's rich and successful?
No, because everybody's not going to be rich.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. You know, man, I just say find your lane. Find your lane. Like there are plenty of women out here that's not looking for somebody that's already established. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of women out here that realize that everybody's not going to be a millionaire, a billionaire. Everybody's not going to be making 6 figures a year. So there's plenty of women out here that's fine with you and who you are, as long as you are handling business and you making her happy.
Agreed.
So if for anybody that and this was a question that was sent to me actually. So if there's a woman out there that feels like she need a rich and successful man off the bat, I would advise the men that aren't that and still working towards that to stay away from those type women.
I
Stay
think
away.
that's a fair assessment.
Yeah. Here's a statement. This is a true or false. It says you can tell a lot by a man with just one look at his woman. The reason why I say this is because that woman represents the values of the man. You can tell.
No, I'm not buying that. I'm not subscribing to that. Because let's just say you're in between relationships and you're trying something new. And you are going with this woman, you're going out with this woman because she goes against everything that you're used to. That doesn't mean it defines who you are as a man.
True. All right. Well, so let's so this woman, you said in between relationships. So this is not someone that he's serious with?
We don't know. We don't know that. We don't know.
Yeah. You don't.
What you said is when you look at the woman, we don't know what people got going on. You don't know. I could be with a golf chick, right? For example, I could be with a golf chick. Maybe in that point in my life, shit, I wanted to see what that side of a town looked like. You know what I'm saying?
I should title
that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that that's who I am or what. Like, you can't base that off of.
Right. Yeah. That don't embody your values.
Anyway. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. What the question is saying in the long run. Like if we're saying someone's with a woman for a long time, or if they're married and shit like that. All right, if you want to throw that in there, then okay. But no.
Right. No. Yeah. So well, I mean, I agree with you. I didn't have no issues with it.
I'm just saying. I know I'm talking about for the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so to play devil's advocate, somebody that you're serious with, and I'll use you, somebody that you're serious with, if she was to come outside in a certain pair of shoes or look a certain way, I would be like, I would know the serious level that y'all are on. I feel like that would tell me a lot. That would tell me what I need to know without me asking you. I feel like it.
Possibly, maybe, but then again, you don't know where I am in this, man. You know what I'm saying? Or,
yeah. You could have been through some things and be like, you know what, I want to try something different, but
I don't want no sneakerhead no more.
Well, not just a sneakerhead. As far as in heels, I'm like, well, I know she came out here in these kitten heels. I know, but
I got you.
Clothes as well.
I got you.
Yeah. How many just women that you've dated that you feel like they had like a fire playlist? And this, I'm just asking you a question now. A fire playlist that you was like, you know what? I'm still in this playlist.
I don't know off the top of my head, dog. Not a couple.
Many, or just a couple.
Yeah. If it's on some R&B shit, yeah.
Okay. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I got in the car and I was like, you have to change this shit. I'm not listening to this. Yeah, I'll turn that shit. One last question for you, and this we done with Unapologetic Truths. We get out of here. One last question. If your celebrity crush started following you on one of your social medias, how would that make you feel?
I don't really take the social media shit that serious. I mean, I would be like, oh shit, all right, cool, like, damn. I would be shocked.
Okay.
That's how it would make me feel. I'd be shocked.
Okay.
I wouldn't put much into it though. Like,
all right. Now, if they started liking and commenting on pictures and posts, are you putting any stock into that?
Probably.
Me too. Agreed.
Probably.
I would.
Probably.
I might slide in DMs after that. That might just, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna hold you. I might, yeah, be like, oh, let me see. I might test that temperature.
It definitely would be motherfucking tempting.
Hey, what you said last week, shooters gonna shoot. We definitely do it.
Shooters gonna shoot though.
We do a temp check. Tip shit.
The temp shit.
Had that sniper rifle on. Oh, let me check this out. Let me see what's
Gotta make sure your shit zeroed, huh?
Yep. Let me what the snipers do to bring them out? They'll do like a little test shot, shoot somewhere to see if something move. Yeah. Gotta see what's shaking out here. All right, man. Let's get the fuck up out of here. I had a good time conversating with you. Pretty sure you got shit to get into.
Yeah, some shit just popped off actually, but anyway, man, shout out to you, man, for keeping this thing afloat, bro. Shout out to all our supporters that's been rocking with us, man, since we've been on this thing. Shout out to the whole team, the great state of North Carolina, man. My babies, my support system as a whole, man. As always, mental health is real. Myself and Reggie may not be subject matter experts when it comes down to it, but I can assure you, before you harm yourself or you harm others, please tap into Unapologetic Podcast on IG and or Facebook, or individual IGs or Facebook. And I can assure you, we'll get you the help that you need. Other than that, big dog, you already know what's going on with me. Different toilet, same shit.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you too, 100% as always. Another episode I enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. And I did put out something today. Listen, hey, y'all, let's work. That's work. We here. We like to. We don't bite. We like to talk to people. We love guests. It's been a while since we had guests. You know,
Right.
We like interesting people to talk to. I've had a couple people reach out to me. I had some realtors, a poet. I had about 6 people reach out to me. So we gonna see what we can do, make happen. Share our platform. We share yours, and we make things happen. But I think that's how it should be. We can't stay in our own corner. We got to expand somehow, some way. So let's make it happen. But to everybody that support us, like Dre said, we appreciate it. Thank y'all for rocking with us day one, man. All my friends, family, loved ones, thank y'all for the love and support as well. It does not go unnoticed, and I definitely appreciate it. And just thank you to everybody that keeps Unapologetic Podcast a thing, and continues to listen to us, and look forward to these Saturday releases that we have. It's not always Saturday, but we have life to happen. So we, when we get it out, rest assured it comes out with love and our full, abilities. We don't try to give y'all no half-ass shit. But as always, we're unapologetic, we're unfiltered. Y'all know who it is. Big Dre, Big Reg, representing North Carolina. We are out of here. We'll see y'all next week. Yes, indeedy.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.